Hi there, it's Chris here with selfmadenewbie.com, and in this video we're going to go through the best budget laptops currently out there today. Now I've kept this list as comprehensive as possible, narrowing it down to my absolute favorite 5, so no matter what you're looking for, there'll definitely be something in this list for you. So before we jump in, drop a like and subscribe and hit the bell to be updated with new videos. Alright, as usual I'm going to skip the fluff and just jump right in. If you want to confirm my recommendations, go in the description there and check out that list to ensure you get the best price. Alright, so the first one is going to go to my personal favorite, and this is the Acer Aspire 5. Now this isn't just any laptop, oh no, it is the quintessential choice for those of us who've got a champagne taste on a beer budget. Now I'm not saying this laptop is the computer equivalent of a diamond in the rough, but for under $500 it is kind of like finding a decent pint in central London, rare and surprising. Some of the key features, the display, we're looking at a 14-inch Full HD screen. Now I don't know about you, but that's about as much clarity as I had the morning after my last night out. CPU and GPU running on an Intel Core i3 1115G4 and Intel UHD graphics. It's not going to launch you to the moon, but it'll do for a bit of Netflix and chill. RAM and storage, 8GB of RAM and 256GB of SSD storage. It's like a mini library in there, ready and waiting. No need to delete your homework folder just yet. The weight, a svelte 3.2 pounds. It's lighter than my last diet aspiration. And battery life, they say it lasts 8 hours. Well, that is a full workday if you skip lunch, and let's be honest, who hasn't thought about it? So who's it for? Well, it's like that one mate who's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but is reliable enough to help you move a sofa. So if you're after a laptop that won't leave your wallet weeping, and you're not planning to compose the next symphony or edit the next blockbuster, then this is probably your guy. It is the digital equivalent of it does what it says on the tin. The next one on the list is my recommendation for the best Chromebook, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook 2. So jumping from Windows to Chrome OS with the elegance of a cat on a hot tin roof, here comes the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook 2. And this one is like finding a posh biscuit in a value pack. This little gem has got style, it's got grace, and it's got a price tag that won't make your bank account want to pack up and leave. Some of the key features, the CPU and RAM sporting an Intel Celeron or Core i3 processor and a choice between 4GB and 8GB of RAM. It's not exactly a Formula 1 car, but it's certainly not a tricycle. Storage options of 64 or 128GB. It's like a small attic. You've got to be picky about what you keep. And the display, a 13.3-inch QLED screen. That's Queen's English for pretty darn good display. And the dimensions and weight at 12 by 8 by 0.6 inches and a feather like 2.7 pounds. It is slimmer than my patience on a Monday morning. Battery life, they claim 7 hours and 50 minutes. Now that's almost enough to binge watch a season of your favorite show, as long as maybe you skip the intro. So who is it for? Well, this is like that mate who looks like they've stepped out of a salon even when they've just rolled out of bed. It's flashy, it's got style, and it's not afraid to show it, but beware, the keyboard's a bit like typing on a trampoline, and the touchscreen does have its moments. It's like playing whack-a-mole, really. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. But if you're in the market for something that looks like it belongs in a gallery rather than an office, and you're not fussed about pounding the keys like Beethoven, then this could be for you. The next one is my recommendation for the best OLED option, and this is the Asus Zenbook 13 OLED. So this one here is more dazzling than a disco ball in a hall of mirrors. This is the laptop that says, yes, I'm on a budget, but I do have standards. It's like buying a bottle of wine and not having to check the price tag. Under $1,000 and you're practically stealing it. So the key features, display, 13.3-inch 1080p OLED screen. That's tech talk for it's so pretty it'll make your ex jealous. CPU and GPU, an AMD Ryzen 7 5700U paired with integrated Radeon graphics. That's like having a sports car engine in a family hatchback. RAM and storage, 8GB of RAM and 512GB of SSD. That's enough room there for your existential crisis or your cat videos, or both. The weight, a mere 2.5 pounds, and the battery life, 15 hours, longer than my last relationship. So who's it suited for? Well, the sound quality is like listening to the Beatles on a kazoo, and the webcam is about as reliable as a chocolate teapot. And if you're one of those people who still use wired headphones, well, you're out of luck as well. But if you're after a laptop that's sleek, snazzy, and won't conk out halfway through your Netflix and actually chill session, then this one could be for you. The next one on the list is my recommendation for the best gaming budget option. This is the MSI Cyborg 15. So this laptop really looks like it's been sent back from the future, and it says, I'm here to play games and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. And the best part, it won't cost you an arm and a leg. For just shy of $1,000, this machine is like finding a golden nugget in a river of pebbles. So the key features, well, display, 15.6 inch, 144Hz FHD screen. That's more frames per second than my mum's old home videos for sure. CPU and GPU, powered by an Intel Core i7 and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050. That's enough horsepower to make your games run smoother than a buttered up James Bond. The RAM and storage, 16GB of RAM and 512GB SSD. So it's like having a walk-in wardrobe for all your digital knickknacks. The weight, weighing in at 4.37 pounds, it is heftier than a Sunday roast. And the battery life, well, it's a modest 5 hours and 5 minutes. So it's like a romantic dinner date. You'll probably want to stay plugged in. So who's it for? Well, the webcam is grainier than a loaf of wholemeal bread, and the display, while fast, is about as vibrant as a British summer. And let's not forget, this laptop gets hotter than a curry on a Saturday night. But if you're looking for a gateway into the world of PC gaming without having to sell a kidney, then this is probably your ticket. It's got a cyberpunk flair, a keyboard that's more responsive than my last girlfriend, and enough grunt under the hood to keep you gaming into the wee hours. The next one on the list is my recommendation for the best Windows 2-in-1. This is a Microsoft Surface Go 2. So here we've got a tech world's tiny dancer. The Microsoft Surface Go 2, a device so versatile, it's like a Swiss Army knife in a world of gadgets. It's a tablet, it's a laptop, it's, honestly, I don't know what it is half the time, but it is fantastic. And the best part, you won't have to sell your grandma's silverware to afford it. The key features, the display, 10.5-inch screen with a resolution sharper than my Aunt Mildred's tongue at Christmas dinner. The CPU and GPU, an Intel Pentium Gold 4425Y, paired with an Intel UHD graphics 615. It's not winning any races, but it will get you from A to B. The RAM and storage, 4GB of RAM and 64GB of eMMC storage, so it's like a studio apartment. It is small, but it is home. Weight, just 1.22 pounds or 1.75 if you slap on the type cover, so really lighter than my lunch. And battery life, 11 hours and 39 minutes, so it's like a Duracell bunny, just keeps going and going and going. So who's it for? Well, the performance is about as impressive as a firework in daylight, and the type cover has a learning curve, steeper than my grandma trying to use a smartphone. But if you're after something that can do a bit of this, a bit of that, and won't have you searching for a power outlet every 2 hours, then this is a bit of a star. It's perfect for casual users among us, the web browsers, the email senders, the Netflix bingers. Just don't expect to be rendering any 4K videos on this thing. Alright, so those are my recommendations. Hopefully there's something on that list for you, but if you do have any questions, you can drop them down below, and if you found value in this video, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.